I just want to talk about a few backhand mistakes that some people are doing. And it's very common that one of the first things that I want to show you is when you get to this backhand corner, it is some kind of mechanical. You do this when the shuttle comes and then like that. That means you're totally stiff with your arm, and sometimes it's also close here, but you're very, very stiff when going around. There's no fluently, there's not this the elbow first and then hit with the fingers. There's nothing of that. It's just you going down and hit like this. And actually it's quite difficult for many players to hit the backhand around your face. It's actually at this height a good backhand is getting hit. You're not going to wait till here, or sometimes if you're up here then sometimes you can get under it. But this place is actually a bit difficult. The strings has to face you when it's going around. So that means when you're hitting the correct backhand, it's something like this. With some more power, and you're actually hitting it near the same height as your face. Sometimes, and because of this is difficult, then some players also do this second thing, and that is when the shuttle comes, they just let it go, and then hit it down here instead. And if you hit it down here, the shuttle obviously have to go upwards. And when the shuttle go upwards, then the opponent will have a more and more offensive situation. So try not to do this movement and just letting the shuttle fall down like this. When hitting, because the shuttle will have to go upwards. But some people find it very comfortable to do like that. But when the shuttle have to go upwards, it will also be very difficult for you to do anything else than putting it to the front court. And you want to make it more tricky to return your backhand shot, so you need to do some different things. And what is happening is that this is difficult, and you have to not bend your wrist like that, but suddenly you just have to flip it slightly backwards and correct your grip, staying on this edge, and the strings will actually face you all the time when hitting. Some people do this number 3 thing, and that is flipping the wrist like that. So that means the backhand comes and then they do this, kind of flipping like that. This triangle makes this triangle, and this, I call it the chicken wing. It doesn't help you at all. So don't do this flick of the wrist, but instead what's happening here is the underarm, or it's the forearm that rotates as well as you are pushing with your thumb like that. So if you're doing this, the movement or the shuttle will be something like this. You cannot really get it anymore, and I really try, but instead try to rotate with the forearm and push with the thumb. It will be more like this. It will be much more power. You should not do this chicken wing and do it all you can, because if you do that, then the shuttle will not be able to travel so far away. So if I do it like this, chicken wing here, I can get it to the middle, and I really use a lot of energy in trying to do that. I even don't have my thumb on the grip, so I cannot use it for anything. But if I instead put my thumb, twist and push with my thumb in the last second while rotating with my forearm, it will be something like this. Instead, there will be much more power, and I really don't use any energy. Just small movement will do the whole difference. And it's really about mastering this movement, and it's quite difficult to do, and it really takes a lot of practice. The 4th thing I want to tell you about is you have to get the racket ready to do this shot. When you're going to hit, it's very fine if when you're on the way to the rear court, is getting the racket ready like that, and the racket has to be behind you before you can do this movement. Or the racket has to be in front of you, because that's actually what it is, before you're able to do this movement. if your elbow stays like this and you're going to the corner, the racket will not be in front of you. It will be very close to your body. And if the thing is very close to your body, you really can't use the elbow to generate this movement. So you should not have the elbow close to your body, because you cannot really use it. You have to get it away from the body out here. That's where you can create some energy. The last thing is very important, because that's where the power is. When you're hitting the racket, when you're hitting with your racket, it creates a sound. Maybe you can hear it. I hope you can hear it. It's where this sound is made, you have to hit the shuttle. Sometimes you hit this. When you hit the backhand, you hit it when it's not near the sound, because where the sound is, that's where the power is. If I hit after the sound is made, it will be something like this. Like that. Then it will not get any far, because the racket travels fastest here, but I hit over here. It doesn't make sense, but it's quite difficult to do, but it's actually quite difficult to time. And that's why I have to, when it's up here, then try to investigate if you're able to create this sound when starting here with the racket, and just make it fly through the air. Yeah, okay, now I can hit it up here. Let's see. Yeah. Then by creating this small movement and stopping it, I can actually just, it will be easier for me to time. So that means I can start with this small movement. Yeah. And then I can try to do it with a bit bigger swing, and then maybe a full swing afterwards. No, they might fly over there, but the point is to hit exactly where the sound is made. I hope you can use any of these tips.